Hi, I'm Mike with Advanced RV, and I'm here to introduce Mies. Mies is a 144, and it was conceived of and to some degree designed by an architect friend. He's been with us. This is his second van with us, and he had what he wanted. He figured it out. We weren't sure that his wife was 100% with him as far as sleeping in the top bunk. So we did a mock-up and actually had her climb up in the bunk of the mock-up and try it out.
All we thought was we were going to discuss these plans, and we didn't expect a short van, mock-up, floor plan, toilet, and bunk beds.
Now this is something Rob put together. How long did it take him, David?
An hour and a half. So our expectations were very much met.
Well,
especially mine, because I had some concerns about climbing into the upper bunk, and having the mock-up showed me I can do it without difficulty.
She gave it the okay, and so we went ahead and built Mies, and I hope you enjoy Rob's walkthrough of Mies.
The client was trying to pack much of a 170's features into a 144 wheelbase chassis. We met the client's objectives by making some adjustments to how we do our infrastructure. Typically, a toilet would be a gravity toilet, and it would be mounted over the footprint or very close to the footprint of the black tank, and that would be one of the anchors of our floor plan. In this case, the toilet is almost right over the rear axle, and because of the nature of the suspension in the frame of the vehicle over the axle, there's no way to get plumbing below the floor and have it flow downhill from the toilet to the tanks. So therefore, we have a macerating toilet which actually has a built-in grinder and pump and takes the affluent above the floor, around the back of the toilet, and down the side of the bathroom over the wheel well that's hidden by the sink in here, to the tanks that are under the chassis forward of the axle. Really, it boils down to how people want to sleep, because when you're sleeping, you're laying down and you occupy square footage in the van. So if you need a certain amount of sleeping space, that's really almost the most important thing to consider before you lay everything else out. Typically our galley would be on the passenger side, but in this case the galley's on the driver's side. It's a pretty complete galley. It's got a sink, it's got a pull-out coffee maker, and nice amount of storage. Then after that we have a wardrobe closet and a pull-out pantry. Above that, another little storage cabinet. Below that we have our S-bar heater components are in there, so that's where the forced air heat comes from. And here we have the bathroom. There's a toilet, a shower, recessed shower box, and a sink, and a skylight, a little storage shelf up here for shampoo, and a shower curtain on a track that contains the water, and a mirror. Here we have two bunk beds on latex foam mattresses over slat bed frames for suspension. This wood cladding here disguises a metal structure that we made on site that affixes to the van chassis and to the surrounding cabinets to create a structural platform that supports the beds. There's enough space for a full-size adult. I'm 6'3". My feet are touching at the bottom and my head's not touching. In here there's a cubby intended for an iPad to sit here and charge, and glasses and medicine, and an iPhone. There's USB charging, and there is light switches, and a 110 volt outlet. And there's a fan. Below that we have two drawers. Then forward in the vehicle there's a silver leaf cabinet, and then that contains our control systems, a microwave, a refrigerator, and space for a cat box below. In this case the cabinets are laminated. They're made out of hardwood plywood and pre-finished on the inside, laminated at all the surfaces. All of our fasteners that we assemble the cabinets with are covered by the laminate. There are parts of this bathroom stall that are lightweight honeycomb material. That did save an amount of weight, but generally speaking, the batteries and the water tanks and other metal infrastructure are the bulk of the weight in a van.
This is a 144-2500. So it has less weight capacity, a lower GVRW than a 170 or a 144-3500. And so in order to get everything in here and be within the weight limit, we are using some lightweight materials. This is a very strong lightweight material that has 2 layers of wood on the outside, and then it has a hollow core, but it's structurally reinforced with a cellular type of material. So it's very light, it's fairly stiff, strong. The problem with this material is it won't hold a screw. In order to make it hold a screw, we have to glue solid wood edges all the way around, and that's what we've done here. Rob, I'd like you to talk a little bit about how you make this into a usable product.
Shaping it to what we need is not really a problem. But in order to screw it to anything or screw anything to it, we have to eliminate part of this center core and replace that with some strips of poplar. These have been sized through the planer to fit just between the 2 outer layers. So we'll glue that real heavy, insert it in between the layers and clamp it for a couple hours, and it's good to go.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
It's a 400 amp hour lithium battery pack. It's underneath this bunk bed along with the other electrical components. And there's air ventilation built in to ventilate all of this through the underbed area. The client's primary storage objective was 2 electric bicycles, folding electric bicycles that will sit back here on these shelves, which are adjustable, with secondary objective of just having adjustable shelves to utilize the space when he's not bringing his electric bikes with him. These shelves are sitting on adjustable shelf pins, and the client would just release these pins, lift the shelf up, pull it out, adjust where the pins are. There's a row of holes all the way up and down on both sides, so the client could make the shelf spacing however he wanted to, and then just clip the shelves right back in. They're designed to stay in place. They've got this curb on here, and the shelf pins have these clips that keep the shelf from wanting to jump off the pins.